Hi everyone, welcome back to our new session of the UiPath. So in this session, I will explain you how to use stored procedure query in UiPath. Basically, when we are working with the large organization data, at that time stored procedure will help to categorize or to arrange the data in systematic way. So if there is a complex query, we are using stored procedure. So how we will use in UiPath, because UiPath is now a trending nowadays a trending automation tool which we are using for the BFSI domain, process automation. So this type of automation, when we are working with the bulk amount of data, it's always recommended to use that database, because when we are automating stuff, that should be from end to end. So let's begin with these sessions. So I've already created my flowchart or activities. Let me run and show you the output. Then I will delete all the activities and create in front of you, so that you will learn how to use that stored procedure query in UiPath automation. So let me run. I have already provided here the breakpoint, so that it will execute up to here and we can see the output. So I am running this in the debug mode, so that we will see the output. Now you can see it's running, and the debug output will be available here. It will execute only this part of activity, and once it will reach here, means after completion of this, once it will reach here, it will stop our execution and we can see the output in debug mode here in this block. It's taking time because we have started my system and I did not connect it again my database. So it will connect my database, get the data and fetch the data and display it here. So before that, you can see here I have already created one table. In that table, inserted 4 data here. I am calling this data by using this stored procedure. Now you can see execution is completed and it reached up to message box. So let me open this. Now you can see all the data is available. I did not connect anything here except that stored procedure. So you can see all the data which is available in my database is available in this execution. You can see here all the 4 data. So I am deleting all the activities and I will create in front of you, so that you will get to know how I am stopping the execution. So we will get to know how we can use that stored procedure in our UiPath. Now only sequence is available. Before that, we have to create one table. In that table, we have to connect with the database, insert the data. In that data, we have to create the stored procedure. So in this stored procedure, I have created only I am selecting only the data. So for creating stored procedure, you have to write create procedure and then your stored procedure name. So this name contains, and this name you are going to use in UiPath activity for calling your actual data. So whenever we are starting with the stored procedure, it is starting with as begin, then our actual SQL query. In that SQL query, it depends on you what you want to display your data or what you want to execute inside your data. So it's totally depend on your requirement. If you want to add any data inside the table, then also you can do that. Just insert into and the rest data name. So I am just selecting the data what is available in my table, so I am displaying here and ending the statement. So this I have created for the stored procedure. My stored procedure name is get person. So before that I have created or executed some simple SQL queries which contains creating the table, inserting the data, selecting the table and inserting all other data which is available in my table. So right now I am having these 4 data is available, and the column name is itself contains person ID, name and location. So by using this stored procedure, we are executing or we are calling in UiPath. So for that we need execute query activity. So I am dragging here. So execute query, if you cannot see in your activity panel, just go to your manage process and install uipath.database.activities. After installing, you can see execute query activities available in your activity panel. So here I am going to create one variable contain data type, the type of data. So I have already created one variable here. I am directly assigning here. So you can see response I have created as a data table, and the scope is complete sequence. So whenever you are creating with any activity, it is limited to that activity. For running, it will show you an error message. So here I am giving just already created my variable name. Okay. Now let's configure our configure connection. So it's already not configured. Because of that, all the data or the database contained is blank here. Just click on the connection wizard. So once you will click, it will show you the pop-up message. So I am connecting with my Microsoft SQL Server. Select, it is automatically populated with the .NET Framework data provider. I am clicking OK. Now it will open and wizard. So here you have to provide your database name, server name and all the. So my database name is local. I did not created the complete section of the database. So here because of that I am providing my local database name, and the database name is master. So here you can see that my all the content is available. I am providing the credential with Windows authentication. If you have provided your SQL Server connection with a login credential, so you have to mention your login credential detail here. So you have to provide your username and password according to your SQL Server authentication process. After entering all the data, whatever is required, just click on test connection. So it will show you the connection is successful or not. So after test connection succeeded, click on OK. Then my connection is successful, and you can see data source is available here. After that, you have to select system.data.sql client and click OK. After inserting this, you have to mention your SQL detail here. So inside that SQL detail, we have to provide the stored procedure name. So I am giving here as a stored procedure name as get persons, because we are going to call this data for our activity. Now you can see all the warnings are not resolved. Let me check. parameter, all the warnings are, oh yes, so here we have to provide the stored procedure name in double quote. So once you will provide that, all your warnings are resolved and you can see warning is not available. So I am not displaying data anywhere, so I am giving here the message to be displayed after so after running you have to see your data is populated or not, because we have not displaying data anywhere. So we have to make sure that our execution is completed. Because of that, after execution it will pop up an message that contains execution successfully done. So here execution stored, I am providing here the complete statement, stored procedure successfully completed. Now you can see message box will contain this. So let's save this. Now you can see now all the there is no warnings available. So make sure you have to create this stored procedure, otherwise it will not work, and you have to provide your all the connection details successfully or all the connection detail accurate. So let me run this. In debug mode. So first before running this in debug mode, we have to provide the breakpoint. So I am giving here breakpoint, toggle breakpoint. Now you can see breakpoint is applied. Let me run in debug mode so that you will see our output again. Now you can see execution started. It will show output here. It's done. Let me click here. Now you can see all the data which we have entered in our database is available in our UiPath activity. So by using this data, you can also create your automatic steps, just like if you are working on the any flow which is extracting data from the database, and from that database you want to display in your execution path, or you want to use that data in your activities, then also you can do that. So this is all about how you can use the stored procedure in UiPath. Hope you understand it. If you have any queries or comment, please comment in the comment section so that I will check and revert with the resolution. And don't forget to like and subscribe the channel for the latest update. Thank you.